Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing. You can follow my personal social media at Adriana_sports. Enjoy. Hey guys, Adriana Jimenez joined here with the one and only golden boy himself, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar, great to see you here at the Bank of California Stadium. Very excited for Friday night. It's a stacked card, and I could only imagine how excited you are.
I really am actually. Just because it's LA, obviously, my hometown, and the fact that we have great fights on the card. The zone portion of it, the 4 fights are going to be just incredible. They're evenly matched. We have title fights. We have women fighting. We have amazing prospects and ex-world champions. So we have a little bit of everything. So I'm just super excited. Yeah.
We've described it as a fight, as an event that every fight can steal the show pretty much. They're all competitive and championship fights. Of course, Zurdo Ramirez is doing his Golden Boy debut. Yeah. What are you looking forward to seeing in him? Because obviously he wants to be a champion in that second division. What do you want to see from Zurdo?
You know, I want to see him just excite the crowd. Go out there and just give us a great show. I mean, he's fighting Sullivan Barrera, who is a seasoned veteran, which I'd like to call. This is like his last hurrah, and the last hurrah is always like the most dangerous for a guy like Zurdo, because I mean, Barrera is a guy who knows that it's his last chance possibly. And if he does well, if he beats Zurdo, he resurrects his career. And so I think it's going to be a great fight because both guys are going to clash. Both guys' styles are made to just bang it out. So yeah, it's going to be a fun night.
This is a fight that Zurdo says that after this he wants to fight for a world title. And you have 3 champions in Beterbiev, Smith, and Bivol. Which of those fights do you feel that it would be the easiest to be able to actually make?
I'm not sure who the other fighters are signed with, but I would think that Zurdo would want to go after one of the best out there, who maybe is Bivol. Bivol's a great champion. He's a great fighter. I think that fight would possibly be easy to make. I mean, look, all we want to do is make fights, the best fights for the public. That's it. So hopefully the other promoters out there are on the same page.
I know that Zurdo has also mentioned of a dream fight against Canelo, ideally like at Estadio Azteca or something like that. Yeah. But do you really think that's like a realistic fight that can be made?
If anybody's willing to step up against Zurdo, absolutely. Why not? I think the fact that Golden Boy is willing to make any fight happen, just for the sake of the sport, to continue, help grow the sport. I think boxing is at such a great, it's just in a great place right now, and the momentum is like moving forward. Boxing's everywhere now, and so if you put on great fights, you get big ratings, and that's what we have to continue doing. So obviously we have a special formula that we've created where we know how to generate ratings, we know how to put on the best fights, the fun fights, and so that the fans want to see. So it's just a matter of just making it happen and not worrying about. See, every promoter worries about, well, my fighter's going to lose his or my fighter's going to lose, or don't worry about that. As long as you put great fights on, as long as the fights are good, nobody loses. Boxing wins.
And speaking of these great fights to make, recently spoke to Leonard Ellery, and he said the fight to make is Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. You agree with this?
Absolutely. Why not? If that's what they want, then let's make it happen. And obviously, they know where to call me. The Golden Boy number is an open number. You can look it up. You know where to call my offices. If you want to make that fight happen, obviously you have to go through me, and that's basically it. But I, as a promoter, as an ex-fighter, understands that those fights have to be made. Right. They must be made.
And I love how you say, hey, we're ready for that fight. You have my number. And I know you mentioned that on a Fino Boxing comment. I got to plug that in. So have you had a call from them? Any communication about this big matchup that could be done?
Zero whatsoever. But look, the number's 213-489-5631. You know where to call me. Just let's make it happen. If that's what the fighters want, if that's what everybody wants, because look, we've worked with all promoters across every platform. So it's possible. I mean, look at Fury versus Deontay. You know, ESPN is working with Fox, and there's no reason why DAZN can not work with Fox or PBC or so. It's a matter of just making these fights happen. And we're not scared to make these fights happen. We don't care if our fighter loses. We don't care if he wins. We just want to make great fights, because with great fights, nobody loses.
Ryan's been out of the ring now for about 6 months since his last fight in January. How close, if this fight were to start materializing, do you feel like he can fight really soon then?
Yeah, it just depends on how he feels. I mean, look, we're waiting for him. We know he's going through something very difficult. We don't know how he's feeling now, because I haven't had communication with him. I've tried, but I strongly feel that we have to let him have his space, and because this is something very serious that a lot of people actually are going through right now. So I strongly feel that when he's ready, then everybody else will be ready.
And speaking of ready, last time I talked to you, you said that you're ready to take on all the fighters, all the top fighters. You even mentioned that you were ready to take on Floyd. And again, in that conversation with Leonard Ellerby, he said that Floyd Mayweather would never fight you. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, if he would never fight me, then we move on. Easy as that. It's no big deal. I mean, I strongly feel that look, obviously Floyd is going to go out as one of the best fighters that this sport has ever had, and you know, I'm fortunate enough to be in the same ring with him. If he doesn't want to do it a second time, then that's his prerogative. I have my plans. I've always prided myself in fighting the very best, so I'll be doing these 2 fights with one with Vitor. And then the next one, who knows? Maybe Anderson Silva, who knows? Okay. And then the 3rd fight in May would be a championship 12-round fight with whoever the best is at that time. Okay. So, look, I've always prided myself in fighting the very best. So let's go, let's do it. I mean, hey, if I get knocked out, I get knocked out. I'm sure a lot of people want to see me get knocked out, and a lot of people want to see me win. So, you know, we have the best of both worlds. I'm all about let's just do it.
I love the attitude of, you know, the best facing the best and just taking on the best fights. So speaking of you know, some of the best fighters, Errol Spence Jr., someone who made his pro debut under the Golden Boy banner, taking on legend in Manny Pacquiao. Have you thought about that fight? What are you expecting to see?
I think it's going to be a great fight. I think obviously we cannot count out Manny Pacquiao. I think Errol Spence, yes, he's younger, he's strong, he's fast, he's very smart, great fighter, and I don't throw great out there often enough, but I think it's going to be a great fight, but you cannot count Manny Pacquiao out. I think Manny Pacquiao, just because he has the great footwork, he has those big, thick calves. When Manny Pacquiao, when you see him with those thick calves, you know he's going to be in the ring and take it very, very serious. So I think it's a great fight, pick 'em fight. You know, may the best man win.
And Oscar, of course, this summer we have Deontay Wilder, someone who became a champion under the Golden Boy banner. Wow. He's taking down, well, the trilogy in Tyson Fury. How much of a chance do you give Deontay Wilder in this fight, trying to come back and get his title back?
You always have to give a banger a chance, a puncher's chance. He hits like a mule. You know, he has power in both hands. You know, but I think Tyson Fury is so elusive. You know, he can move like a lightweight, and he's weighing about 275 come fight night. So he's a special fighter. I like Tyson. I think it's a great fight, great trilogy, great for boxing. I'm glad that it was made. That's what boxing's all about, is making these great fights happen. So I think it's a pick 'em fight. But my man Tyson, I mean, I love him to death. He's such a great human being, a great character, and also a great fighter.
And of course, you know, when you talk about knockout artists, you can't leave behind Virgil Ortiz. I know there's, you know, we're anticipating, hopefully we can see him back in the ring August 14. Do you have any update on that, and just how great he is in that welterweight division that's stacked with talent?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you one thing. Once Virgil is getting ready to face the world champions, the top guys, I guarantee you nobody's gonna want to fight him. He's that good. He punches hard. He's only getting better. He's young. He's going to be one of the best to ever lace him up in the history of this sport. Mark my words. And we're obviously very proud and happy to have built his career, help him out, and grow together.
He's currently the mandatory for Terence Crawford, one who many consider one of the best pound for pound. Do you think we can see that fight? I mean, how realistic is that happening down the future?
I love it. Yeah, why not? Let's make it. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I think once he gets past his next fight, I think sky's the limit for Virgil. I think that he can go. Fight against the very best and not look back. Virgil's that type of fighter that will win multiple divisions, multiple world titles, and he's going to look spectacular doing it.
Looking forward to seeing him back in action. Oscar, thank you so much for talking to me. Thanks. Appreciate it.